Dennis Jensen, and welcome to head modeling. In this tutorial I will be showing how to model a realistic face. The tutorial will be for people who are trying out to model. They're not quite there yet, they don't quite know how to make a face with the right edge loops. I will try to understand it very fluid and also in the most easy way, and I will try to explain why we make the edge loops where we made them. My experience in modeling is that I have had it as a hobby for a long time, and by I think 1.5 years ago I started at my school, and we have had a lot of modeling, and we also had some really cool teachers. Some of them was from Framestore and all kind of cool places, Cinecide, and yeah, some big companies. The tutorials will be about an hour, and it will be divided in parts. I'll try to make breaks every 25 minutes, so I can get a breather, and you can watch them as you like. You can watch half of them, or you can watch the whole video. But I'm really excited about it, so I think we should just get started. Other than that, I would like to apologize if I'm sneezing or coughing, because my stomach hurts really bad because I went to some training. It's called CrossFit, and every time I sneeze or cough, it hurts really bad in my stomach because of my muscles are so sore. Yeah. But anyway, I think we should just get started. And I would like to say that if you never done a head model before, you should really follow this tutorial as good as you can. It might be a bit frustrating and hard at times if there's something you don't know, but you can also always send me an email and ask, or you can just keep going, keep trying. It's really the way to learn. So just to consider that, I think you should really give it a try and do your best. I will start out by showing you some anatomy about the head, and then afterwards we're going to set up the settings in Maya, and then we're gonna start modeling. I will start out with a basic model and then add some details as we go on. And this is the way that I model. I learned a lot from the teachers and also by experience. So you might not want to model in this way, but at least you can try it and see how I do it, and then consider if it's something for you. So this is the human head, and I found a picture with the muscles and anatomy, and this is it's already really clear why we want to make the loops where we make them. So edge loop is a loop with faces or edges going around the eye, and we want this definition around the eye and the mouth and going over the nose, because when we deform the mesh, it's really important that it deform in a nice way and that it looks good. And you can also see the cheek. So what we want to achieve is an edge flow that supports the real human head we're gonna use. And we also want the edge loops to be where we want the folds to be on the head as well. So if we raise our brows, most of us will get wrinkles in the forehead. So maybe we want wrinkles, then we will have to add loops. And also around the mouth, if you smile, you will get some wrinkles. So yes, and this really shows why we make the edge loops we do. I see a lot of mistakes. So this is some pictures I grabbed from the net. I'm really sorry if some of the things are some stuff you did, but you should. This is only for learning purposes. I jacked a lot of them from the internet. So you can see this is a face model, and you might think, is this a good model or a bad model? It can be kind of hard to find out, but there are some issues that I would like to point out. I don't like this line going over. It seems a bit weird to me. And he gets a star right here. So that's kind of a problem. You can't avoid the stars, but this star is placed a bit better. This better is a place where there will be a lot of deformation, so it might be an issue. I also find it strange, these edge loops up here, they are placed in a way that looks like he wants a small wrinkle here, but it doesn't really make sense. I think it should be all the way over if you wanted that. And also around the eyes, there's one loop going here, but it's kind of hard to see the next loop. So I'm not sure how it goes, but it looks a bit weird to me. It should go over the eye instead. So it might look like a good model, but sometimes you will have to check it out and see if there's anything you can do in another way. And it also looks like this loop is going upwards here. I would really consider to make it go over the nose instead. Yes. So these are some other pictures, and you can see the lowest one has a really nice edge loops or edge flows. You can see there is one edge loop going over the nose, and this is really good because then you can make these small wrinkles around the mouth when she's smiling. And you can also see around the eye there is a bit of funky stuff, I could call it, around here. I'm not sure. I don't think I would do it the same way. And then the eye leads out, and that's a good thing because that will make the mesh, the form of the mesh, look more natural. Up here, yeah, it's a bit hard to see, but there's a triangle right here, and that's not too good. But if you look at the edge loops, you can see one going over the nose, and this is as well is going upwards toward the nose. I'm not really sure about that. So this is not that good. It should be around the mouth instead. It looks nice in the picture, but the edge loop is not that nice. So this is another picture I found. I found a really nice homepage, which I jacked these images from. It was explaining a lot of good stuff about how to make the edge loops. So I'll be linking to that page. I can't remember the name right now. But you can see the red lines indicates how you want the lines to go. This line is going upwards. I would consider it going downwards a bit more, because mouths do that in reality. So it would make more sense if we also had that. I like the way that the nose is made in this one. It goes around in a circle, and also that it goes up. And there's really not much to say about this. It's really good. Maybe one should, yeah, there is a little edge loop going over the nose, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, and this is a good nose and lips topology from the page I was looking at as well. And yeah, these are pretty nice. I like this one. It goes, well, maybe this edge loop should have been around the mouth instead of going down here, but I really hope that you guys can get the idea of how to make the edge loops. So this is another picture from the page, and you can see this is bad. This is really a no-go. A no-go. You can see the edge loops don't go around the mouth, they go in a straight line kind of. And also the nose up here, there's not really any, it looks like a plane that has been deformed a lot. So it looks just weird. This is a bit better. And yeah, another one. You can see the edge loops around the mouth, not too good. Around the head, a bit better, but still not that good. Sorry, a little moment. I'm timing this tutorial because I don't want it to go on too long. So I'll hold a bit break and then continue after 25 minutes. So this is another face I found. And the edge loops, not too bad. There should be one over the nose and around nose. But if you look at the mouth, there's still around the mouth, there's still around the eyes. The problem with this face is that these faces, the problem with the face, anyway, these squares or polygons are not rectangular. And I know that's impossible to achieve, but you can make the mesh a lot more nice if you try to even out the polygons. So this means you want them to be as square as possible. And you can see here they're really stretched on the side. So that's really the problem with this model. So this is another one I found that this is a really nice edge flow. I really like this one a lot. And you can see how the edge flow follows, because I'm guessing he made a sculpt and then he re-topologized it over on the sculpt. And you can see he has a lot around the eyes, and it really shows the form of the head. And also on the chin, you can see there is a really nice edge loop around, and also he still maintains the edge loops around the mouth and over to the nose. So this is a really good one. This is a more low poly. I like this one as well. There's a bit issue around here, the nose, I would say. But other than that, and a little triangle, you will always try to avoid triangles. I would say you could easily make a face without no triangles, so avoid it. One problem is around the mouth. It's not going around the mouth, it's going upwards toward the nose. That's a bit of a problem. And yeah, another one. Ear. Yes. So you can see the back head is not too good. Yes. So that was some models. I actually had some to show you some of the models I did. And this is John that I also used for rigging. And on this one you can see that there's edge loops around the mouth, and also one going over the nose and around the eyes. So this is a pretty decent model, and you can see how it goes around the head as well. It's always an issue when you plug in the ear, because you don't want too high resolution to go into the face, but you still want the details on the ear. In this case I was a bit lucky because it's a cartoony ear, so there's not that much. Yeah, I also have a older model I did. It's a couple of years ago. I'd just like to show you quickly. And this is not too bad, but when I was modeling this, I didn't care that much about triangles. I thought it was impossible not to have any triangles, but it is really possible. So maybe I was just lazy or something like that. But you can see I have a triangle right here, and also here, right on the face. So that's not very good. It's actually really bad. So I would recommend not doing that. You can also see I have a stars right here and a triangle again. That's bad. So that's definitely some things to consider. But other than that, there's not much to say. So I think I'm just gonna quickly load down the model or the reference. I found a pretty girl from 3D.sk. It's a really nice reference site. I'll try to contact the site and ask if I can upload the images to my site, so you don't have to pay for it. Normally you will have to pay for the images, so that's kind of sucks. But let me go to my project folder. I recommend that you make a new project called Help Modeling. I can show you how to do that. If you go to Project, New, you can just set one and you can call it Help Modeling. And it's automatically set to the Documents folder. And if you press Use Default, it will use the default settings. So this keeps a better folder structure for your work. I just need to go into Dropbox and find my images. So yes, so I got a lot of images in here. Oops, I don't want to show any nudity. Okay, I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna copy it into my images, or maybe, yeah, images. The first thing you want to do is to set up the images so they fit. Okay, I'm gonna open it now, but I hope you can bear with me. I'm just gonna take some of them and I'm gonna open them in Photoshop. So I hope YouTube doesn't ban my movie. But it was, you couldn't really see anything, the pictures were too small. So you can see I got these images. Let me zoom in so you can see the nipple. Yeah. So this is of a girl I found on 3D.sk. And what you want to make sure now is this image, the side image, should align with the head, with the front image. The only reason why I got this three-quarter view is because you want to see the shapes better when you're modeling. And in this case, it's really nice because you can much easier see the forms on the face. And we will also use this image to paint over some of the edge loops. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an area of this face, and I'm gonna select the area, and I'm gonna press Ctrl C to copy it. I'm gonna go into the fronthead view. I'm gonna go to Kansas size. I want it to be bigger. So the width is going to be 200%, and I'm gonna push her out to the side. So you can see it makes automatically something like this, and the background is hideous. So I make a new layer, and I hold down Ctrl V to get in this face, and you can see there's also a very big difference in size. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scale this to the other side, and up here you can see the percentage. So I'm just gonna write minus 100%, and I'm gonna place it about here. Then I'm gonna take the background layer, and I'm gonna scale it. The only point with this one, oh sorry, I just made a copy of the background layer. So now I have the front head on layer by itself, and the only point with doing this is to make them even in size. So once you compare and see if they fit, I'm scaling it a bit down, and if you have these rulers up here, you can drag on them to drag down a ruler. But if you don't have these, you can go to view and press not extra, and make sure this ruler is set on. And I'm just gonna make a couple of these. So I think I'll fit it from the side view. So I'm just gonna move these a bit. And you want some of the most important points are where the nose are attached, and also the highest point of the brows. I'm gonna use that as well, and then maybe the middle of the eyes. Yes, so now we got some points we can measure with, and I'm just gonna try to fit it. So you can see it doesn't fit totally. Maybe she raised her brows a bit on this picture. Or it might be that her head is more upwards on this picture. So I'm just trying to fit it. And then maybe this, oops. And then maybe the side view should be rotated a bit. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. So you can see the eyes align and the brows align. The top of the head almost align, and the bottom of the nose almost. I think we can do it a bit better. Okay, it's really hard to make it fit 100%, but I think this is already more decent. And you can see this is 100%, so there's a lot of detail, and you can really go in close and see what's up. And this is nice if you want to make a texture. So let me check the time. Okay, this was the first part. We're just gonna cut out what we did. And we're gonna save it. This is going to be our background picture. gonna save it as a JPEG to open it in Maya. And a quality of 12, that's fine. Alright. That was the first part of the tutorial. In the next part we're going to look at how to draw in the edge loops on the face, how to set up the scene in Maya, and hopefully get started on the modeling. So I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'm gonna be back.